Did I leave our car door open at a gas station on our road trip and cause us to almost have all of our things stolen? Yes, I did. Story time. Spoiler alert, nothing was stolen, but I want to share this story because a lot of times I think people can see Max and I's relationships and be like, everything's perfect for them, and they never disagree about something, or they never go through an experience that causes there to be conflict. Yeah, we have gone through those experiences. The thing that I'm really grateful for is that Max and I both have worked really hard individually before we met one another on our emotional well-being and our ability to communicate. And so we have really good communication skills, and so when there are disagreements or things come up, we can communicate in a way, and we challenge ourselves to communicate in a way that doesn't let things fester for very long. We were leaving Albuquerque and we were about an hour away from the hotel, and I reached down to write in my journal and I realized my journal wasn't there. I believe I had left it at the hotel and I didn't realize, and we were far away, and I had a complete meltdown. Now, I had a complete meltdown because that journal contains all of my thoughts and opinions and feelings on everything that is happening with the trial that I'm waiting to take place with my abusive therapist. It was a hugely triggering moment to think about somebody having access to all of my private thoughts about something so hard that I'm dealing with. I immediately start crying and kind of have a panic. And Max is really great to be like, why don't you call them? See if it's there. I can remember kind of seeing what it looks like and where I left it. And I'm all of a sudden at the same time getting very angry with myself and frustrated that I did that I made a mistake and left that there. But I make a phone call, and at the same time he pulls off and we go into a gas station. And as I'm waiting for them to check and see if we're there, I get out of the car and I go to the back because he's also trying to help me look for if the journal is in my luggage. And so we're looking through that. We get on the phone. I'm still on the phone with them as they go to try to find where the place is. And they say, oh yeah, we have it. It's here. Someone just sent me flowers. The doorbell just rang, and our doorbell never rings. And I'm sorry. I have had a really bad time lately, and this is so kind, and I don't know who they're from. Trying to finish eyeliner when I have crying eyes, and I still want to cry if I think about the flowers that somebody sent me, but I do want to finish the story. Okay, and so I hear from the hotel that they have it, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do I do? Because we're not going to be able to go back, but they said that I can mail it to them. And at the same time that I'm having this discussion, I walk right behind Max and into the gas station, and what is left open? My door, my entire door, with my wallet there, with our luggage, with so many things. And we are in the gas station for probably 6-8 minutes, and we both come out and see it. And he's like, did you leave and I instantly know that I was so scattered that I left the door open, and I kind of run to where my bag was. Nothing seems gone. He's checking in the back and he's like, my bag's still here. Everything's still here. I am in the front of the car seat sobbing. In my head, I went to the worst place ever, which is being horribly mean to myself and being like, what kind of person does this? Who are I was so aggressive. And Max opens his door to get in the car and had been saying in the back, everything's okay. And he kind of chuckles and says, why are you crying? And that, shame, instant shame hits me. Now, I've broken down and been triggered before, but normally I'm alone when I'm that unwell and kind of out of my regulated state. So having somebody there was really hard for me, but his chuckle, I instantly was like, he's laughing at you, which wasn't what was happening. And I was like, suck it up, stop crying, and hide all of this emotion, Mia. Normal pattern would have been to not talk about it and to just sit there in awkward silence and then act like everything is fine. But when you are in a relationship, at least the relationship that I want to be in, I want to be able to communicate to my partner when something is wrong. I take about 10 minutes to just be staring out the window. I'm not crying. I'm kind of trying to gather myself. And Max is just silent. We're listening to music. He's not saying anything. And I know from conversations in the past that he understands sometimes I just need a minute, and I will talk to him when I can. And after about 10 minutes, I'm able to kind of regulate to the point where I can have a conversation without breaking down into sobs. And we start to talk about it. And I apologize for like leaving the door open and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, that's not like, I want you to be okay. Like nothing was taken, nothing was wrong. I wasn't laughing at you. I was just kind of like astonished by the large reaction that you were having, and a chuckle came out, which is completely understandable and something that I got immediately. I was able to help him understand kind of why my reaction was so large and also what was happening for me the moment I made a mistake, because it was aggressive and angry, like self-flagellation in my head. Like some of the worst things you could think of, I instantly, because I made a mistake of leaving the journal and then I made a mistake of leaving the door open, that's something that really engages my trauma piece. And so I immediately was cruel to me. He wasn't being cruel to me. I was being the most cruel to me. And so I was kind of able to explain kind of what that large reaction was, and that I also don't have a lot of experience with allowing people to see me have large reactions. Like I mask so much of my mental health and the struggles that I have, and we were able to kind of work through that. And so I'm grateful for his patience, his care, his understanding, and also my own ability to get to a space where I can have some self-compassion for what happened. So we also have had other disagreements, and I don't know if people like kind of hearing the process of walking through that, because I can share a little bit of that. I mean, to the level that I feel is comfortable, protecting kind of just both of us. But disagreements are a normal part of a relationship, and I'm learning that because every time we've had a disagreement, I think, okay, this is it, we're breaking up. And he's helping me understand, like, no, it's like that's just part of like being with somebody. You're going to disagree. Anyway, thanks for getting ready for me, and thank you to my flowers. I'm going to go have a quiet sob about that.